this is a huge one. I hear the daycare smell. What is that? The daycare smell. There's so many ways to get rid of it. I mean, we have so many things in so many ways. At our entrances, we have those little spritzers that are spritzing throughout the day. You know, if we cook broccoli, we may need to clean the air before pickup time, you know, because broccoli is just, for some reason, when you cook broccoli, the smell is just, it mixes up with the baby scent. I don't know, it's a mess. But as much as possible, you know, and constant cleaning is what takes care of that. You know, we keep our diaper pails outside the door. Just because I don't care which one, the fancy diaper pail thing, I don't care which one. When it's in the building, as much as you try, so as much as possible, that's, people call it the daycare smell. If you can get rid of it, get rid of it. Because when somebody walks through the door, you're engaging all the 5 senses. The sense of smell, you know, see all of it. And when that smell hits, and I walked into some setting and I was like, whoa. When it hits you, you almost want to turn around and walk out again, you know. But so that daycare smell, please, I mean, whatever you have to do. We've sat like a little basket of potpourri on an upper shelf somewhere. You know, whatever you have to do, don't let your daycare catch that daycare smell, because it's a huge turnoff. I've heard a lot of parents say that. That's, you know, and even sometimes when they come and we've just made dinner, like, it's chicken. That's what you smell, you know. But sometimes, you know, when you have chicken and you have a bunch of 8, 9, 10-year-old boys who just came out from outside. Yeah. Exactly. So you have to try to keep that, you know, as much as possible. But when parents walk through the door, the thing that you want to portray is a sense of calm. And one way that and I say this with caution because a lot of people like primary colors on their walls, but when you have dark blue, red, green on your walls, it just screams, to me, it just screams chaos. As much as possible, and I'm sure my special ed teachers will agree with me, try to keep your colors calm, very calming. You know, we have 2 colors that we use in all our buildings. Have the same 2 colors. It's a yellow and a green. I forgot what the shades are, but it's from Sherwin-Williams. It's the same paint, and it goes back to branding. If somebody walks into Lawrenceville, Snellville, New Hope, those colors are the same colors they see in the building. So as much as possible, keep your colors and try to keep them neutral, gender neutral. Calming, you know, sometimes we feel like we have to have everything, but less clutter, the better. So when a parent walks through your door, if at all possible, make sure there's a place that they can sit. Parents don't want to sit. As much as we sit on those 2-year-old chairs, a parent doesn't want to sit on a 2-year-old chair. So try to have a good seating for the parents to sit down when they come in. We talked about the smell already. And while they're talking to you, try to have something that if they came in with a child that's at the age where they can play, something they can play with. Whether it's a little bin of some books, you know, something within that welcome area for that. So because if that child is occupied, you're better able to communicate with a parent. If you can, some fresh flowers, some snacks, water, something. You know, it's just like when you have a guest at home, have something to offer them. Because we talked about it, you want to engage all the 5 senses. If you can engage that sense of taste, even if it's water, because if it's hot and they're coming from outside, or if it's a cold day and you have tea or coffee, even if they don't take it, the fact that you offer them something, that's hospitality. That goes a long way, because how many daycares are you going to that are offering tea or coffee to parents? And sometimes it's just a little $10 coffee pot from Walmart. You know, you set it up, just make sure it's not in a place where kids play. You set it up nicely, something simple, or, you know, a bowl of snacks. Just something. But remember, engage all if you can, as much as at least 4 of the senses. If you can add that sense of taste to it, that's great. The person who is greeting that person that walks through the door, they have to be friendly and well-groomed, because that is your first impression. Do not put your infant room teacher, who has on her apron, Probably has some spit from one of the babies. You know, some spit from one of the babies on her shoulder. Her head, she's all probably frazzled out because she has 6 infants and they're crying, and then they have to open that door. As much as possible, avoid that. Whoever is opening the door, make sure they're well groomed. And I know our jobs are difficult, we try to stay comfortable, but grooming is so important. Especially because if that person is, let's say your receptionist, front end person, whoever they are, make sure they're well groomed. And they have to be a people person. People person, not somebody who says, hi. You just turn that customer away. You just, you know, hi, how are you? Come on in, how may I help you? If they have a child with them and that child is maybe a toddler that's walking, you go down to that child's level and acknowledge them, because that child is your client first before that parent. And when you do that to a child, that parent recognizes that, oh, this child matters. It's not about, because yeah, she's paying, but that's your client. So whoever is acknowledging them at the door, make sure they're going down, you know, just like we do in the classroom, they're going down to that child's level and acknowledging them. Hi, how are you? What's your name? You know, sometimes they'll tell you, sometimes they just look at you like you're crazy. And whatever the reaction is, you play along. Oh, you don't want to talk today? That's okay. Well, come on, you know, whatever it is, you got to learn to play along. If that person at that front desk can make or break your sale, and that's what it is, it's a sale. Because that person is either visiting 3 or 4 daycares that day. You might have been the 3rd one. So you have to create a good impression.